Hey guys, welcome back to video 4. In this module, we're going to talk about finding your dream home. If we haven't met before, my name is Eric and host with First Coast Heroes Real Estate. So let's go ahead and jump right in. In this video, I'm going to talk about defining your needs and your wants for your future home. Totally two different things, right? We're going to talk about online searches and tools, attending open houses, and then how you can work with your agent in order to find your dream home. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. This is huge, right? Defining your wants and your needs. Definitely recommend prioritizing your nice to haves and your must haves. So write down in your column like everything that would be nice to have in my future home. And then from that list, say like, well, out of X, Y, and Z items, I really only need X, like that's what I need. And so when you start searching for your home, like let's search for everything that's on your nice to have, right? Like let's search for everything. And then you're going to get a good feeling if like, am I in my budget or am I outside my budget? Like, okay, maybe I can't have a pool home that's on a preserve. That's a 2-story home. That's 3,000 square feet for $300,000. Like, okay, so maybe I need to trim back some things. Maybe, it's either the location or maybe you don't need a pool or maybe you just need a smaller home. So now you're looking at your needs list. Like, what do I actually need in order to be okay, and like I've got shelter now, right? And so then hopefully that works within your budget, and then that'll give you a good feeling from it. So, but initially, let's go ahead and start off with everything you want, and then we'll start trimming it up from there, and then kind of give you an idea of where your budget takes you. Just keep in mind when you're buying a home and you're searching for these homes, the things that you can't change is like the location of the home, right? This house may be a great house in the neighborhood, location to work, schools, things like that. So you may say like, well, it doesn't have everything like my nice to have, but it has my must have. So maybe this is the spot for me because, think about resale, think about sellability down the road. Think about like rentability, right? Can I rent this house out if I need to, or if I need to sell it, is this house going to sell well? So things about that, just really concentrate and prioritize your preferences versus your needs. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about are online searches and tools available to you out there. Most people at this point are familiar with Zillow. That's a great app. It's easy to search. It's easy to use. Gives you pretty much real-time data. Realtor.com is another one. If you're working with us, once we go through this process, kind of having this conversation about like, hey, let's get your finances order. Let's see what you want in your home. I'm going to give you access to this tool called HomeSnap, which is a great app. It overlays over our MLS, the multiple listing service. And what happens is that you get to see real-time homes. Not only that, you can see how far the commute is to work. You can see what schools that home is zoned for. And it has so many awesome tools like that. So we definitely give you access to that homesnap.com. And it's a great app. And then obviously there's this thing called Flex MLS, which is our actual MLS. The app isn't that great. It gives you real-time data, but it's just not as user-friendly as like Zillow or HomeSnap. While you're navigating and you're searching through these online tools, you're going to see different statuses of homes. The ones that we go look at and put offers on are the homes that are in an active status. Homes that are in a contingent take backup means that they have an active offer on there. They're going through the inspections or appraisals, but they have accepted a contract. But they are willing to take a backup. So maybe their inspections fall through, or maybe the appraisal falls through, or maybe the contract just falls through due to financing. Who knows? But now your offer is there as a backup. But a lot of times we'll see that status there. It stays on there for like 2 weeks, and then it'll get changed over to pending. Now, pending means that the house has already gone through inspections. They've already gone through financing. They've removed all of their contingencies. So they're pretty much just waiting to close at that point. More than likely, they're not taking backup offers. So that house is typically no longer available. Now, it's not to say that these homes just don't come back on the market. They can. So we'll keep our eye out on homes that you really like. You're like, I wish I would have had access to this home. But we'll keep working with you. And then there's another status that's called pre-foreclosure. I typically only see this one on Zillow. What'll happen is that Zillow anticipates that a house is going to go into foreclosure. So then it puts the status as a pre-foreclosure. So typically what'll happen is that I'll get a text message or a phone call like, hey, I just saw this house on 1234 ABC Street that came through. Can you get some more information for me, and maybe can we schedule a showing? So I'll look through our MLS and I'm like, man, I'm not finding this. So maybe then I'll Google it at that point and look it up, and then it shows up on Zillow. It says pre-foreclosure. I'm like, That's why, right? It's not a real status. The house is actually not for sale. It's just anticipating that the house is going to go into foreclosure, and this is what it anticipates the house price being. So unfortunately, the house is not for sale. And then while you're using these online searches, these tools, big tip for me is to minimize how many filters you put in. So a lot of times we'll put in like, hey, I want a 1/4 acre. I want a fully fenced in backyard. But these are things that you can, maybe you'd be okay with like 0.23 acres, or maybe you'd be okay if it didn't have a fenced in backyard, but it was a perfect house. But because you put that filter in that search criteria, you totally missed it. Maybe I missed it. So when I'm setting searches up, I always keep it at the very minimum. Like you tell me, hey, Eric, I need 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. And even then, I'll even bump it to like 1,400 square feet just to make sure that I don't miss anything that comes in like 1,498, because I don't want to miss out on a home over 2 square feet. So I try to be as wide as possible, and then we just will hand pick them out. Let's just get flooded in with the listings and then see what we can filter out, and that way we're not missing any homes. And that's how I'm actively working for you on my end. I'm trying to search. I get on the MLS every morning, see what's available, and I'm posting it and sending it your way. That way, if it's like a hot home, then we're going to go look at it immediately. This brings us to open houses. So open houses, it's a great way for you as a home buyer that's in the market to go around neighborhoods to see what's available for you at that price point and your budget and the neighborhood and the area. Open houses, they're exactly what those are, right? They're open houses, right? So there's an agent, maybe there's 2 agents there that are hosting it. It's typically the listing agent or somebody from the listing agent's office. More than likely, they're going to have a little table there with some information about the house, maybe the surrounding area, maybe some snacks. They're also going to have a sign-in sheet there. It's really for the protection of everybody, right? There's a lot of random people coming in homes, so you just want to make sure we're signing in. That way we have a detailed track record of who was in the house. Most sellers are going to require that. If you're working with an agent, just let the agent know that's hosting the open house. Like, hey, I'm already working with an agent. Here's their business card. But if you're not working with an agent, you're just touring open houses, and you're like, maybe this is a good opportunity for you to interview some agents. But let's say you're still working with an agent. You just went on a Saturday morning to go check out open houses. Just let them know you're working with an agent. Which brings us to working with an agent on your and your process here in buying a home. So you guys are going to be working together. So don't feel just because you have an agent now, you can't search for homes. Like 100% get out there, look on your Zillows, your HomeSnap, and just keep seeing homes. Shoot them over to your agent, either email, call, or text them. And that way they can look up and get some more pertinent information for you. You can see like maybe the schools that are zoned for the area, commute times, things that you would need to know. Maybe the house is a short sale, foreclosure, or maybe they already have offers. Or maybe they have an open house schedule for you to go to. So just send it over to your agent. Your agent's going to get all that other information that you're looking for. And you guys are going to be working together as a team. They'll be the ones that also schedule all the showings for you. So more than likely what they'll do is they'll just put together a list of homes that you guys can schedule either that day or the next day or sometime maybe over the weekend. And they'll build an itinerary for you. They're going to help you out with the negotiations. So whenever you guys are working on negotiations, they're going to be able to craft an offer. Guys, that kind of wraps up this video. So my homework for you guys is to go ahead and start creating a list of your preferred neighborhoods, start canvassing them, see if you can find any open houses, and also make a list and prioritize your must-haves with your nice-to-haves. Having that information going into the home buying process is going to make everything so much easier for you, and that way you can kind of really narrow it down and focus in. All right, guys, well, that wraps up this video. We'll see you guys in the next video.